Hello, 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 everybody. How goes it out in internet land? Actually, 1 minute. Let me just pop my chat. Pop the chat out. Totally forgot to do that. There we go. All right. Let's pop you out. Bum, bum. Hello, Opera Soria. Saluting. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see. I did notice my system just did a bunch of updates, but so far everything seems to be okay. So far. All right. Setting up our preemptive ad to roll through. Oh, man. Before we get started on the day. Got my monitors up. Interesting. There we go. Assuming OBS should get settled. Yeah. I think it's, yeah. Oops. I think I might shift over to the writing cam. I've noticed for whatever reason that, yeah, the image is getting a little wonky. The processor's doing okay though. Hey, Moon Runes, welcome in. I mixed up my times and tonight. Thought it was still an hour from now. That's okay though. You could always, if you are busy, you can come back in an hour. Should still be here, unless the world explodes. Should still be here. Let me. Yeah, I see the image being laggy. Let's switch over to writing cam. Let's see if this makes it any better. It might not. It might not. Yeah, it's weird. It's like OBS just cannot make up its mind. It works for me. No, I was doing absolutely nothing. Oh, well. It was just one of those days. One of those days. Just doing nothing. That happens. That happens. Oh boy, alright, let's see here. Let me see what's going on here. Alright. Like, had everything booted up fine. I've noticed the past couple times, everything's booted up fine and been settled, and then for whatever reason, it suddenly gets angry. But I think, yeah, it should be good now. I don't think I'm doing anything too nuts. Seems a little better, but your motions, yeah. Let's see if it settles. Yeah, I think anytime I switch, not as bad as before. Okay, good. So it's okay. It is getting settled. Getting settled. Oh, the tech. Oh, the tech issues. It could also be the heat too, and my computer. The heat and my computer mixing poorly. Since the computer can already struggle with this. I need a solid 2-3 hours of decompression time after work. Oh, I can imagine. I find it very impressive when people, you know, when you work all day and then get home and can like decompress, relax for a little bit, and then work on something else, like go to writing or anything like that. I always struggled with that when I worked like more consistent full-time jobs. It was just exhausting to be able to motivate myself to do any writing or try to get anything done creatively after I had been at work all day. So hats off to you, Moon Runes, because that's no easy task to remotivate yourself. Because sometimes I just would be like, you know what? I just want to lay on the couch for the rest of the day. That would be my response. Ugh. Right now I'm mainlining caffeine to try to fight the heat. Heat and the exhaust from the fireworks, which always just makes like my nose, it's like having allergies, but I know it has to do, it's like allergies made by gunpowder. Gunpowder allergies. Let's see. Usually I would sit down to write right after work because of motivation. Yeah. Okay. That's how I used to do it. But I found that I get tired sooner and don't get as much done. Oh, okay. It's just, it's an impressive level of discipline to be able to, I feel like the ability to stop, force yourself to stop, kind of relax, try to gather everything, and then restart again. I find that to be impressive, an impressive level of discipline. Because you're kind of riding it's motivation, but it's also like momentum. You're already kind of riding the momentum of having done things all day. It's a thing I've tried to get better at as I've gotten older, is the ability to take a break, like to midday break, like take a break in the day, then go do a thing, take a break, then go do a thing. Because for me, it's like, I'm kind of like, once I'm rolling, it's like you just keep going until you are so exhausted you can't think straight, which is not a healthy way to do things. So one should not live life that way. But then again, one should also not get life advice from the internet and Twitch. So if literally listening to my advice is a bad idea. I kind of see it as a second job. Yeah, that's a good way to, just like when time hits, I have to clock in. Yep. That's how when you get things done, that's how you have to do it. You have to treat it like a second job. Because at that point, you won't get done. It becomes a hobby, and you kind of do it when you have the spare time. But if you want to make it's about like making a habit of it. And I'm not always the greatest at it. Particularly, working film shoots is a little bit different because you're working for like 12 to 16 hours. You literally can't write. You're not going to be able to come home and write after a production day. Like if you're on a full production day. And like on this last shoot, I was operating the camera as well as being the DP, and my body cannot handle that kind of abuse the way it used to when I was in my 20s. So you're like trying to be able to be creative and write, but you're also like, your body hurts and you're broken. Moon Runes, I really want to make writing a career, so I make myself put the effort. Yeah. I mean, you have to. You could always work harder as long as you're not sacrificing your health, or just be more like, it's not even about working harder. I feel like it's just the dedication and discipline to do it to just try to do it every day. If you can do it every day, even if it's not a good day, or almost every day, like consistently most days. Even if it's a bad day or if it's only for a couple hours because you're exhausted from your life stuff, I think that it's just being able to do it consistently. Consistency is the biggest thing. Yeah, I used to work 12s every day. I barely got anything done because I was so tired after. 12s are rough. And usually, like, on a film set, you're doing 12s plus, like, your teardown. If you're tearing down a location, you're probably... The day is wrapped, so cast and... most people are out. But you're kind of still wrapping up and tearing everything down into 13 hours. And then by that point, you got to drive home. And, sometimes in LA traffic, that can be an hour and a half. So all said and done, it's like a 15, 16-hour day. And you do not want to sit down and start writing after that. You've felt it. It's exhausting. I do that with my Spanish lessons, even just one lesson. I'm at 404 day. Oh, 404 day streak. Well done, Moon Runes. Yeah, I was on a really good streak with Japanese, and I completely fell off this past year. Like completely fell off. I think I was trying to do too many things at once, so I'm trying to get back into it. But congratulations, because that is no easy feat. Just even one lesson a day, you're doing it a day. That's huge. Well done. Well done. Hey, Exit Mark. I think Nora Roberts is the one that has 3 Ds: drive, discipline, desire. As long as you have all 3 of those, you can accomplish whatever you want. That's, I think, yeah, I like that. I do like the drive, discipline, and desire for sure. I definitely, being able to like to set your goals and accomplish, particularly when you're like writing in the film industry, like we're doing, like what I'm doing here. So much of it is up to luck and chance and like what gets bought and what people want to buy and what an agent wants to read. The nice thing with novel writing, I think, today is that self-publishing has really opened up. It's still hard. It's, like, flooded with stuff. But I feel like, you know, things rise pretty well. But the fact that you can make stuff on your own and publish it on your own and kind of make a following for yourself, as long as you've got, I think it's hopefully, fingers crossed, it can, if you have those three things, it makes success, like, being able to at least get it done and, you know, maybe earn a little bit of an income doing it is important. And hopefully that's what happens. The problem is with film, the thing you always have to remember with film is the script is the first stage, so everything costs money. Everything costs money, and films are so expensive to produce that it's like it's a crapshoot. It is, honest to God, a crapshoot. Yeah. Depending on what gets made, what sells, things like that. I definitely have the drive and desire. I'm still working on the discipline. I think discipline is a lifelong skill, Moonrunes. I think it's a lifelong endeavor. You can always be more disciplined. You know, that reminds me, I've been wanting to go rewatch the 10 Years with Hayao Miyazaki, because that is a dude who's super disciplined. Like, he lives an incredibly simplified life. He's not a great father. I will say that he's definitely not a good dad, but he is a very disciplined person, and very disciplined when it comes to like the craft of what he does. And I've always admired him because he doesn't write screenplays. His films don't. He doesn't use screenplays at all. He storyboards them out and literally as they go. He's the exact opposite of an outliner. He doesn't outline anything. He just has the concept and the story, and I guess it's so internalized that he knows the structure, and then he just storyboards the movie. And that's how he finds the story, is as he's storyboarding the movie, which I think is incredible. But he's kind of like a good testament that like discipline is like a lifelong skill. It's a thing that he developed and continues to develop even though he's like 90 years old now. So we can always be more disciplined. Maybe. I'm not the most disciplined person, so I do my best, but is what it is. The chaos brain starts to throw. The chaos brain lights everything on fire, including my ability to maintain a schedule or be disciplined. All right. Let's see what we got here. Let's just move you over here. All right. Well, I think it might be... Where is my thing? All right. But I think it might be time to get started on some writing sprints. Hopefully everybody out there is at least feeling motivated. The heat is sapping my motivation, so I'm hoping that the caffeine and then actually getting into it will get things done. But it's, yeah, when ADHD paralysis hits, it's rough. Yes, yep, happens to me a lot. Maybe just streamlining your life, because the moment you surround yourself with stuff to be distracted with, it hurts, and then you can't do anything. Oh, you got another... Ooh, you had another storm. Man, you are getting just slammed. But okay. Oh, so it cooled down a little bit, so the weather's a little nicer? That's good. Good. Yeah, I think it's only gonna get hotter where I'm at now, so I'm just not looking forward to it and trying to brace and not be as much of a baby about it. Is that a Starbucks cup? I said yes. It's it's a blonde vanilla latte. I'm using the blonde, highly caffeinated coffee beans to try to get me through the hot afternoon and evening. It's usually that, or it's their green tea is usually what I drink, and then I make tea at home. that's my Starbucks order. Usually between those two. Moon runes, yeah, you got storms. You got storms all this week. Oof. You still, oh, that's true, the cold brew. I do worry about cold brew because I did watch someone get very sick off cold brew once, so I'm always a little nervous about cold brew. Because I saw a friend of mine who does drink coffee get, like, majorly caffeine overloaded. But, yeah. Yes. Okay, yeah, cold brew, interesting. Oh, I like that memo emoji's cute. Cold brew with an added shot is the strongest drink at Starbucks. That I would die. I'm pretty sure I think I would die if I did that. I think my heart would stop, or I'd be so convinced that my heart was going to stop that it would actually stop. And I would die, I think. That might be too much. I've made myself sick during drinking their cold brew, but usually because I've had it on an empty stomach and drank it fast. Yeah, the empty stomach is key. That can be brutal. Yeah, 100% exit mark. That's yeah, do not drink that level of caffeine on an empty stomach. It's like alcohol in that way. It just messes you up if you don't have anything to eat. Moonrise, you don't want a heart attack in a cup. I am, and this is not a joke, I am not being hyperbolic about this at all, Moonrunes. I have to convince myself a good portion of the day that I am not currently dying from a heart attack or some other terrible thing. I have like this I definitely have the cranked up hypochondriac brain where I am at all times convinced I'm having a heart attack. So putting that level of caffeine in me actually might actually, it probably wouldn't even be the caffeine. I probably would actively kill myself by thinking I'm having a heart attack until I actually do. Like instigating a panic attack. and I'm not being hyperbolic by that. People have caught me many times like compulsively checking my pulse. And apparently I've been like that since I was a kid. Except pacing yourself, having something to eat, and water would probably negate that. Yeah, I think so. And I also try to drink as much water, particularly now that it's getting hotter. Yeah, for sure have that food. Yep. Yep. Gotta love it. Got to love it. I always check my vitals on my watch, especially when I'm about to go to bed. I have my Apple Watch. I no longer wear it. I have to get my fitness routine set because I'm not allowed to wear it when I exercise because I compulsively check it as I'm running and then give myself a panic attack. So it happened a few times when I would go out and I would jog for 3 miles. And I noticed that I was having a far easier time the days I didn't wear a watch. because ignorance is bliss, I guess. And I was doing just fine, but apparently I would give myself like these panic attack fits where my heart rate would skyrocket when I would wear the watch. So I'm not allowed to wear the watch when I work out for a while until I get comfortable, I guess. I can't go to sleep anymore without it or we'll have a panic attack. Oh man. Yeah. I think because I have a weird thing about monitoring my vitals. I think that's why, is I get so like hyper fixated thinking I'm dying. It's the same reason why I have like problems like with my blood pressure, like getting like when I go to the doctor, or even having a blood pressure cuff on my arm. It like feeling the cuff on my arm just gives me a panic attack. So everybody would always try to take my blood pressure and be like, you even when I was 18, and they were just like, your blood pressure can't be that high. And, you know, they're like, well, what's your resting heart rate? And, you know, and I'll tell them, you know, what it is. And they'll usually be like, oh, okay, well, your heart rate was 130. So you're clearly freaking out. And I'm like, yeah. My palms are all sweaty. I'm like, yeah, I think I'm having a panic attack. But that's like medical stuff. Medical stuff really freaks me out. Oh, it always has, which is funny because the short film for my friend that I shot for him last week was literally It's about a medical. It's literally about medical horror, is what it is. A horror film about medical anxiety. My anxiety makes me feel like I can't breathe. But then seeing my heart rate is normal, my oxygen. Oh, okay. Oh, that's good. That's nice. I think mine is usually my the body my physiology matches what I'm feeling, so it starts to skyrocket and go through the roof. Like definitely hitting that flight response or the panic response. So yeah, that's yes, medical things, anxiety, the silent killer is what they say. Oh man. Oh, all right. I can tell it is warm in here. All right. Okay, everybody. I think it might be time. No. I'm fine, Moonroots. You did. I start sweating and have an actual panic attack. You didn't trigger anything. It's fine. No, I'm just talking about it. Suddenly, I'm like freaking out, shaking. No, I'm okay. It's only if you start putting medical devices on me. That's when I'll start freaking out. All right. Okay, cool. All right. I think it is time for us to get a rolling. I have a lot of catch-up work to do to get this screenplay done by the end of the month. So I think it is time for us to do that. Let me get this stuff set. Switch our music over. On the Discord, Oizel dropped a kind of an interesting Western mix. So I'm gonna throw that on. It was pretty good. It had some like cool Western, dark horror Western vibes. So I think we're gonna go ahead and put that on here at the beginning. I might switch back over to the Prey soundtrack later though, depending on the mood I'm in. All right. Let's go ahead and bring up our Wild West music. Or Dark West music. All right. There we go. Perfect. All right, everybody. I think I already got cam up. All right, we're going to go ahead and start our first sprint. Happy writing, everybody. I hope it is a productive sprint, and we'll see you on the other side. Happy writing, everybody. And away we go. All right, and there we go. First sprint down, everybody. Hopefully that was a good and productive sprint for you all. I always feel like for me, the first sprint is always just me trying to figure out, like, try and remind myself what the hell I was doing. But luckily in this case, it's more just trying to figure out the tone, the overall tone and vibe of this thing. 1 thumbs up for 1 successful sprint. Ugh. So I think now as I sit here, I try to get the tone. I feel like once the tone comes in, once I know my take and like how crazy I can get in this Western, I feel like a lot of things are going to fall into place. Lots of thinking here too. 200 words down. That's a good start. 200 words isn't bad, particularly just getting up, ramping the old brain up. Though which isn't too bad. Yeah, it's not bad at all. Moon Runes, not bad. I got more than half a scene done. Good job, Moon Runes. Moon Runes. Moon Runes is the reason why outlining is so important. I feel like Moon Runes is just like burning through scene after scene. Your ability to burn through your scenes is envy. I am envious of. It's admirable. That is the reason why it's so great to be able to like have such a detailed outline, though, is you can just sit down and boom. I live to be the outline gods. You are that. You are the Titan, the celestials of outlining, a celestial of outlining. The true way. I mean, it's gonna be funny because my outline here is probably only going to get a little bit more detailed. Not much. Just some of the gaps and some of the logical things I need to figure out here, and then I'm probably going to move into pages. Just because for whatever reason, I need them gaps. I need the gaps for me to get dreamy in, one might say. Moon Runes, this is the way. Come. Yeah, I feel like writer's block is like a form of writer's death, and then as you're slowly dying creatively, a light shines down upon you, and Moon Runes is just there saying, "Come, this is the way to outline your story, so you never suffer this ever again." Ugh. Oof. What a. Yes, Moon Runes, the Valkyrie of outlines. Do not worry, I shall guide thee. All right. Oh, did you end up watching a Nick Cage movie last night, Moon Runes? I know you would say this because of the Nick Cage-a-thon that you might watch a Nicolas Cage movie. For 4th of July, which there are a lot of good ones to pick. I mean, the most obvious being a National Treasure movie or two, but there are many that would be fitting. Exit mark. I'm so awful about outlining. If when. If when I do outline, it just lives in my head, which, as you can imagine, causes a problem when I don't return to work for months. Yeah, that is the reason why that's hard to do. I'm kind of like half and half. I try to give myself the freedom to have like a general series of things I need to hit, and then kind of explore it along the way, and then also being relatively confident about where the story's going and what I need to have happen when. I don't need to be as structured of an outliner because I don't have a writing partner, and I'm not writing these to like submit outlines, but it's usually good to have at least a general overall idea of the structure of the narrative. If you're like, sometimes I have to have a treatment. I try to have the script before anything, but sometimes you have to have a treatment to essentially pitch or send to investors or a studio. So sometimes it's a necessary evil. The first National Treasure. Oh, perfect. Yep, I was gonna say that's the one I would say would be fitting for a 4th of July movie. Oldie but a goodie. Those National Treasure movies were a good time, man. They're wild, but boy, are they a good time. Yeah. Maybe I should rewatch Wild at Heart. That movie's so crazy. Laura Dern and Nicolas Cage in a David Lynch movie that's just about being like rebel lovers. I don't know. It's a fantastic movie. It's crazy. It's a David Lynch movie, so it's definitely crazy, but it's a good time. It's a good time indeed. I was very jelly of Ghostly's pillow. Yeah, I can't believe Ghostly has that pillow. It's super funny though. It is hilarious. Well. Although we do have Ghostly to thank for having a channel dedicated to Nicolas Cage on the Discord. So. When I first moved to LA, I remember I had a few friends where we would do a sort of Nicolas Cage themed movie night and always put on a weird Nicolas Cage movie, or just go find one. And people forget he's a Coppola. Like, yeah, he changed his name, but he is from Francis Ford Coppola's family. He comes from Hollywood royalty. He's just also an insane person. Yes, that sounds like a good time, yeah. Nicolas Cage movie-a-thons are fantastic. Oh, God. Face Off? I mean, come on. John Woo. Like, Face Off is a great one with John Travolta and Nicolas Cage. Nicolas Cage is so unhinged in that movie. It's just, as, like, the villain, he's just wild and crazy. And of course, the way John Woo has to shoot people getting out of cars is the most dramatic thing you could possibly imagine. If you go on YouTube and just look up Face Off and look at Nicolas Cage getting out of a car in that movie, it's hilarious. It's like the most over the top dramatic thing I've ever seen. You're just like, it's trying to crank the ultimate badass to 11 right there. I want to rewatch The Unbearable Weight of Massive Talent. Yeah, exactly. That's got to be streaming. I love the bromance in that movie. Yeah, and that's Pedro Pascal too. Pedro Pascal is fantastic in everything he's in. I'm because I don't like comic book movies at all, but he's the only good part of that second Wonder Woman movie. Like, everything else about that movie is terrible, but he was fantastic in it. And it's funny, too, because they were clearly trying to do, like, a kind of, like, corporate crazy man in that movie. Like, definitely kind of doing, like, a Trump allegory kind of thing. But it's funny because that character also is the same. The person Pedro Pascal plays in Wonder Woman, the second Wonder Woman movie, is very similar to the main villain from Gremlins 2. And if you ever go back, go watch Gremlins 2. It's like the same villain. It's like almost exactly the same. Moonroots, it's unhealthy. My love for Pedro Pascal, and I don't think it's possible for that to be unhealthy. I don't think it's possible it is impossible, particularly for someone as charming as Pedro Pascal, and he struggled for a long time. Like his story is a legitimate, like, success story. It's awesome. He really, really struggled for a long time. So I'm always happy when I see an actor make it after having just hoofed it for so long, particularly female actors, because because Hollywood always tends young. But when people make it and they're older, it's always just, man, that's a win. Way to stick with it. And Pedro Pascal is in that camp, and I will have the ultimate respect for that man. And he's also just charming. He's charming. He's gorgeous. He's a very attractive man, and he's just charming as all hell. Um, have you seen Prospects? Wonderful little sci-fi movie with him starring. It's probably one of my or Prospect. I have not. I've heard of it though. But I should check that out. A little sci-fi movie. Um, I will add that on my list of movies that I have not seen that I should watch. But I have heard of it. I did hear about Prospect. Um, Moon Runes. Do you just have a Pedro Pascal movie watch list? I Prospect. I do not. It might be on something. Do do do. Oh, it's on one of those like free things. Oh yeah, it's on Tubi. Yeah, it's on one of those like free um yeah, like ad-based free streamers. So, the nice thing is it's freely available. Yes, I do. I'm unashamed about it. Nor should you be. Embrace it. Embrace it. All right. All right, everybody. Think we got ourselves another writing sprint. I like free. I like that. I like free cool. Yeah. Yes, free is good. Although a lot of the movies I've been wanting to watch recently are not free, and it's or not that they're not free, but I have to rent them, and it's bumming me out that I have to rent them. But that's fine. It's okay. You should pay for art, I guess. Pedro is really good. And the Equalizer too. Yep, Pedro I believe is in the Equalizer and Triple Frontier. Yeah, Triple Frontier is great too. All right, actually, I'm gonna grab water really quick before we start this sprint. And then we can get going. All right. Okay, all right. I'm back, and it is time for work. Oh, moon runes. Pedro equals aw. Yes, yes. Pedro does equal love. Oh, are you laughing about my bead curtain? Oh, the bead curtain. Yes, yes. Thank you. I do indeed have a bead curtain, and you should get one. Bead curtains rock. Okay, they are cool. That's what cool kids have. All right, and no one can convince me otherwise. All right, everybody. Let's get back to work. All right. Start up our second sprint. Hopefully, it is a good one for everyone, and we'll see you all on the other side. Happy writing, everybody. And away we go. Oh, man. All right, that one snuck up on me. All right. Second sprint down, everybody. 2 thumbs up. Hope it was a good one. We'll go ahead and start the break timer. Hope that was a decent sprint. Ugh. Ugh. Not too bad. Slowly figuring things out. Sussing things out, some might say. Just trying to get some of these scenes more refined as to what's happening, who's doing what where. So I do have a lot of characters I'm managing here. Bum, bum, bum. Exit mark. Good, good. Thumbs up for you. Good, good, good. Ba, ba, ba. It's all the story breaking legwork. That's the trick. That went pretty good for you as well, Moonrunes. Good, good. Yeah, I think it's like each act or segment I'm trying to figure out. I want each break here to be thematically at least concerned with the concept of escaping. Escaping either your plot in life, escaping once they get into the strange land, escaping then escaping the strange land, and then escaping with their lives, and then escaping, essentially escaping the plight of violence. Since it's a Western, and Westerns tend to be thematically concerned with violence, I'm trying to keep this very focused on the cycles of violence and the plight of violence, and just, but violence is like a fundamental like condition of being human. It is very, very difficult. Very difficult to do that and make it like subtext. And just keep it subtext and have the rest of the story work around it. So 'tis hard. It's also, since it's a horror film too, I have to like try to decide how gooey I want it, how monstrously gooey and horror-y I want it to be. Outside of the Western stuff, so. We will see. We will see. This could come out being a very, very bonkers script that people are like, what the hell were you thinking? But I managed to pull it off with the cyberpunk rom-com. People actually liked that, and how those two genres came together. So horror westerns a little bit more like you think they would work really well together, but they kind of don't sometimes. It's got character. That's the thing. Yeah, it's got character, right? I mean, the thing about Westerns is you do have to try and rely. I mean, the same thing with like when I was writing the cyberpunk rom-com was you need to have like iconic characters or characters that are memorable or, entertaining to watch. So it's tricky. It is tricky. I'd definitely be interested. Yeah, I feel like horror westerns a genre that you feel like, I feel like that's a genre mashup. You're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. That I could see that. But you don't see it a lot. I mean, there's a few examples of it. I mean, there's obviously like in comic books, there's examples of it. Like Jonah Hex. And I think they made a Jonah Hex movie with Josh Brolin. Pardon me. But the thing, the only, I'd definitely be interested in watching it. I don't think I ever watched one, or at least I can't think of one. Yeah, the only one that I'm really aware of that is a straight horror film. Well, there's two. There's Bone Tomahawk, which I don't like. I'm not wild about that movie, but that's like they go find this sort of cult of cannibals, and they have to go stop them. It's got like Kurt Russell. Yeah, I'm not really wild about that movie. The other one is The Burrowers, and The Burrowers is pretty good. It's an interesting movie. The problem is the budget is really low. It's a very low. They don't have a lot of money, and so the monster effects kind of suffer a little bit. But The Burrowers is like the only one I can think of that I'm like, oh, okay, that's probably the best example of a horror western that I can come up with or think of off the top of my head. Exomark says there's a great book by Nathan Ballingrud that's a horror western. Oh, cool. With some sci-fi elements. Interesting. Okay. I've been reading I read a book that's kind of weird horror western. It's not directly a horror western, but it's more like a weird western called The White Buffalo. That's really good. Which essentially the premise of the story is it's about Wild Bill Hickok and Crazy Horse both dream of this white buffalo in their dreams, and it's sort of like the final hunt before they both die. And it's got like these crazy psychedelic like spooky scenes, but it's a really good book. It's very short. So if you ever find it, it's a good read. But I'll check that out because I definitely need to be absorbing as much horror western as I possibly can right now while I'm trying to write this. It's called The Strange. Okay. Yeah. I think it's over by my bed because I was reading it. But yeah, it's called The White Buffalo. They made it into a movie. I've only watched bits of the movie. It's not very good, but it's got oh shit, what's his name from the Death Proof movies? God damn it, what's his name? It's like a big, like, the kind of movie that your dad or your grandfather would watch. He's definitely like the Clint Eastwood of the previous generation. Charles Bronson, that's it. Charles Bronson. It stars Charles Bronson. But it's pretty good. The movie's pretty good. I think you can watch it on YouTube. It's kind of like an old, let's see, The Strange book. Let's see. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I will check that out. Yeah, the other books I was going to start reading I was going to start reading more oh god. Cormac McCarthy. I was going to go back and reread Blood Meridian because it's not really a horror book, but it might as well be one. It's so deeply traumatizing and kind of contends with sort of American, Western nihilism, the way that just the way that that's just what Cormac McCarthy, most of his books are about anyway. But that also is a very brutal book. I haven't read it in years, but I remember when I first reading it being like, Jesus. So I was going to reread that. So maybe I will add this to the list. Yeah, I did hear. One of my TV writing buddies heard that I was writing a horror western. He told me about Outer Range. Yeah, yeah, I heard it wasn't very good. I haven't watched it. But they did tell me about it. Maybe I'll give it a couple episodes to watch. It's hard for me to watch TV. But maybe I'll give that a look. It's a bit weirder, in line with White Buffalo. All right. Let's see. Oh man, they're already saying once evoking the dreams of America explored in Ray Bradbury's The Martian Chronicles, which is a wild book. Oh, this is interesting. A drunken space pilot. Oh man, all right. This sounds like kind of wild. This book sounds really crazy. Kind of definitely sci-fi for sure. I really liked it. I mainly watched it for Josh Brolin. I mean, Josh Brolin's great. You can watch Josh Brolin is there's a few actors where no matter how bad a thing is, you'll just watch anyway, and Josh Brolin is in that wheelhouse. Josh Brolin, I'm also is like the best casting ever with Gurney Halleck and Dune. I definitely was very and I'm glad, I'm glad a lot of people are gonna be like, wait a minute, but he's barely in that movie, and I'm like, yeah, but he's gonna be in Dune Part 2 a ton, because in the book, Gurney Halleck is a badass in the second half of that book. All right. I haven't seen Dune, but I did watch his scene specifically for reasons, for the Josh Brolin reasons. That's funny. All right. Oh, and right before we start our third sprint, guess who decided to join us? Hello. Hello, princess. Hello, princess. Okay. All right. All right. I think we're going to switch over to... The princess has indeed arrived, everybody. All right, you going to settle? It's always such a hesitant settling. Like, she has free roam to just curl up in my lap and chill, and it takes her a minute. She just kind of sits there being like, I'm upset still. All right. Okay, I think she's good. All right, so I think we're going to kick up Prey and start our next sprint. All right, everybody. Hopefully it is adorable. Yes, she is very cute. All right, we're going to go and start our third sprint, everybody. Hopefully it is a good one. And we will see you all on the other side. All right. Happy riding, everybody. And away we go.
Whoa, Rose Evans Star with the raid. Welcome in, raiders. Welcome on in. We're just at the tail end of one of our sprints. Welcome in. Hello. How was the stream? Get a lot done? Hopefully so. What were y'all working on? The Writing Tribe redeemed Hydrate. Thank you, the Writing Tribe. I'm actually at the tail end of my available hydration source. It was good. Rose Evans Star was working on a ghostwriting project. Awesome. The Right Tribe, it's a thing. Going well. I'm just still breaking the story on a horror western I'm writing for horror western screenplay that I'm writing for the National Novel Writing Month. Obviously not doing a novel, doing a screenplay, but same thing. Just trying to hit the goals. But good. Got all that ghost writing. That's got to be yes, a horror western. Yes. So we'll see how it comes out. Hopefully good. They're two genres you don't see paired as much as you'd think. I think they actually kind of work together in an interesting way, but also are very hard because they're both very genre. So, is that a mind map app? It's a Scapple, so it's the same. Designer who did Scrivener. Made a thing called Scapple, which is so I use it to kind of mind map, but for the most part this is the breakdown, the actual like me just doing essentially an outline of the general beats of the story, and then I'll go over to Scrivener to actually like write the screenplay. But yeah, yep. All right, well. We got about 30 seconds left on the sprint clock, so we'll just go ahead and call it early. But yeah, welcome in. Welcome to the Write Fest. Yes, we are all. For those of you who don't know, if it's your first time here, my name's Wilight, and yeah, I'm a writer and director. So this is what I do. the right job. We totally screwed the end of your sprint. Sorry, not sorry. Oh, don't worry about it. Yeah, I think we only had like a minute or so left. It was fine. But thank you for the raid, Rose Evans Star. I hope the ghostwriting went super well. We'll start the break timer. Ghostwriting's an interesting thing. I don't know if I could ever do it. It feels very client facing. So I don't know how difficult that is. I don't know. I feel like particularly the amount of work that goes into writing would be very hard to ghostwrite. I don't know. It just sounds intimidating to me. I'll be hanging around for about another 30 minutes. You seem cool. Oh, thank you, the Writing Tribe. I mean, I'm as cool as a weird little writer person can be. Not that cool, but maybe a little cool. But yeah, so yeah, we'll just chat it away. Usually we just end up talking about either. I mean, hello, welcome. We've met. But yeah, usually we just chat about movies, chat about what we're working on, or just random topics, depending on what happens, what chat dictates is going to be the topic on the break. I know recently it's been a lot of Nicolas Cage. That's been the theme recently, is the Nicolas Cage. Oh, and speaking of which, I'll drop the Discord just in case anybody's interested. Pros and cons for sure. This is my first client. It's going really well with her. Oh, fantastic. That's great. But I've heard horror stories as well. Yeah, I feel like my anxiety would go through the roof doing that. Hype.
Hype, yes. We just watched Renfield the other week. He was hilarious in that. Yeah. I also just Nicolas Cage as Dracula sounds entertaining. So I really want to. I haven't seen it yet. It's on my list of movies to watch, but I'm thoroughly looking forward to it. I also just really like Nicholas Hoult. And he's a charming fellow. It was really fabulous. We were laughing a lot. That's good. That's good. I feel like there's almost nothing you can do. There's almost nothing you can do where if you have Nicolas Cage playing Dracula, it's going to be the only kind of you're gonna get Max Nick Cage being weird. Oh, really? It was a lot more Kill Bill. Oh, like in terms of the hyper violence, is there like a lot? Is it like Tarantino style, like crazy hyper violent? Like cartoonishly hyper violent, I guess. Oizel, Nick Cage doesn't act. He just is that deranged. Oizel, do I ask what Renfield is? It's a new movie that has Nick Cage playing Dracula and Nicholas Hoult playing Renfield, and I guess they get up to shenanigans together. I'm assuming it has to do with Dracula being ridiculous and Renfield having to manage unrealistic expectations. He just wakes up and is on set and just goes with it. He does a little bit of that. He actually can act. He does some really interesting performances. If you give him the right director and the right material, I think he can fit really well and actually does do a really good job as a performer. But most of the stuff he does is just insane. Yeah, very cartoonish, over the top. It fits. Yeah, that's what I imagined it would be. Renfield goes to codependence meetings and realizes it's an abusive. Yeah, see, okay, yeah, that's the pitch. That's what got that movie made. Because that's hilarious. Yeah, I guarantee you that is 100% how that movie got made. Was they're just like, okay, here's the pitch. It's Renfield, but he realizes he's in an abusive relationship with Dracula. It's perfect. Yeah, highly recommend. I will check it out. It sounds funny. It just sounds weird enough to be funny. But sometimes I think we tend to forget. I mean, there's obviously the crazy 90s where we just decided at one point that Nicolas Cage was an action star for The Rock and Con Air and all that, and Face Off, which are all insane movies. Face Off being like peak craziness, which we talked about earlier. But then but if you look at some of he was in Wild at Heart, which was directed by David Lynch. And it's a really good movie. It's him and Laura Dern. And he does a really good job in that movie. Also, the Coen Brothers Raising Arizona, he's really good in as well. The whole thing is that they don't take it seriously. It's a funny premise, so they just ride with it. Yeah, I mean, you have to. You will completely ruin the movie if you take a premise like that seriously. You can't. You have to just the movie doesn't get itself if they take it seriously. That's the whole take. Rose Evans Star 21. Oh yes, go ahead and go lurk. Gotta take care. Oh, go take care of your foster kitties. And then off to bed. Thank you so much, and thanks again for the raid, and have a wonderful night. Spoil those cute little foster kitties. We love the kitties here. I've got two that are napping. One was napping in my lap and took off. But yes, thank you so much. Have a great rest of your night. All right, let's see. Got about 4 minutes left. I'm definitely going to have to go get more water. I'm such a baby when it comes to heat. Those emotes are adorable. Always I was like, hydrate, and stretch. Okay, all right. I'm going to go stretch and get a... Oh my god! All the stretches and all the hydrates. Oh god! Oh, it's overwhelming. It's overwhelming. How does? What do we do? All right, I will be right back. Take care of yourself. That is an order. Oh, someone doesn't have a timer on his rewards. I do not. I'm still figuring out. I'm still figuring out how to Twitch most of the time. So, so there is that. I am in many ways of ancient mind, still figuring a lot of it out. All right, I'm gonna go get water and stretch, and everybody else should do the same. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, goodness gracious. There we are. Back at it. All right. Ba-ba-ba-ba-ba. Let's see here. Twitch's Igor style. Oh, my goodness. All right. All right. About 40 more seconds. Ugh. Oh, man. I'm also trying to overcome gunpowder allergies. Because, of course, because of all the fireworks last night, I woke up with just the most congested nose. But it is what it is, living in Los Angeles and on 4th of July. I'm actually doing some conversion work. I'm a programming director for a con here in Atlanta in October, and I'm putting together the guest survey. Holy crap, that's awesome! The writing scribe, that's cool. So we can know what guests want to be on which panels. Oh, some fun matrices there. Yeah, no, okay, that's awesome. That can't be easy. I enjoy going to conventions, but running a convention sounds like just a level of intensity that I don't think my brain can handle. All right. Okay. I think it is time for us to get back to work. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and start our 4th writing sprint of the night. Hopefully it is a productive focus session for everybody, no matter what you are writing. And yeah, we'll see you on the other side. Happy writing, everybody. And away we go.
Alrighty, and there we go, everybody. That is our fourth? Yeah, 4 thumbs up for 4 successful sprints. All right. I just brought up the Discord and I saw saw the kitty. Saw the kitty. Oh, Moon Runes. Your cat's killing me. Too cute. All right. Let's go and start the break timer. There we go. Hopefully that was a good sprint for everybody. I'm getting there. Luckily, the breakdown on this, I think, is coming together. She's such a dork. I love her. Yeah, they're always weird. I think the funny thing about her is that she has like she's just got like, you know, the intense like black cat eyes, but then she's just doing all this weird stuff, just like a hyper adorable things. I don't know. It's amusing. It's a riot. Those cats that we love and the insane things that they do. Actually, where are mine? They might be off. They might be out and about. Oh, nope. The princess is right behind me, stalking me. All right. Man, I think the temperature is actually like affecting my computer. This is what happens when summer comes. Even all my computers get mad. Ugh. Well, hopefully everything works. Yeah, you do not like streaming in the summertime, computer. All right. But luckily, I think we are. Your computer's hot. Give it water. Cool it down. And then it explodes. It just completely explodes on me. Piper has commandeered my my lap. Now she is stuck. She's stuck in like I couldn't see her and got comfy. Of course. Oh, funny. Just like goes from under there to under the drawers to the lap to somewhere else. It's just always on the move. Always on the move. All right. Man, you are. Computer is hot and angry. All right. Actually, while we do that, she's everywhere all at once. she is literally living. She's, you know. She is the multiverse, embodying all different realities. Let's see. Finally saw a doc today about my hacking up a lung every 30 seconds. It's crud season. Oh, no. Oh, I'm sorry, Orzel. Hopefully that... Oh, no. It is crud season. Did they say is it just typical... cold, like gross cold flu type thing? Ugh, that's a drag, man. All right. For everybody out there, I'm just excited for sleeping with good cough medicine. That's good. Yeah, as long as you're able to get some sleep. That's... Luckily, I haven't had, like, too many coughing fits. The thing that has been just wrecking me... Oh, just... Yeah, trademark crud. Got it. Yeah. We don't know. You just got a thing. You got the lung thing. All right. It won't affect most people, but for everybody out there, an ad roll is about to start. So just go ahead and step away, get some tea. Because Lord knows what they're going to be advertising to you. Because I don't know. And hopefully, you know, just escape the ads. But we'll still be here. Yes, good cough medicine makes a huge difference. That it does. And it's just not my day. Oh no, is today just one of those days, Oizel? It is not your day. Just waking up. That's it.
yeah, I haven't had, I've lucked out when it comes to like, knock on wood on like the crud, but it's just been my allergies. And then obviously today with the gunpowder in the air has just, that stuff just messes me up. I'm just really, really groggy, congested. Dislocated your knee standing up off the couch? Oh, God. Oh, no. For the third time in the last 2 months? Getting old is a sham. Yeah. Although oh man, you might need. Is there any way you can go have like someone look at your knee? That seems brutal to have you dislocate your knee just from standing up 3 times in the last 2 months. Jesus. But that is true. It's like I'm starting to have back spasms when I'm doing the dishes, and I'm like, wait a minute. What? I'm sorry. What is happening to me? Why? What? Why am I having back spasms while doing the dishes? Pardon me. I believe that like I want to go see the manager, but do the pardon me. I believe this isn't mine yet. This is not my back. Probably gonna have to do some knee straightening. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. The guy who directed the movie, the guy who directed the movie that I DP'd, he's been going in for MRIs for his knee. He's also got the misfortune of being like, six and a half feet tall, and and was a camera operator for like a decade of his life. And so yeah, his knee is messed up. His knees. Putters and coughs and loud. Pardon me, sir. Is my warranty still good for my back? I would like to get a new back. Thank you very much. I feel you. My knee has never been the same after I tore my menses years ago. Yeah, some of those injuries, I feel like knees and certain back injuries just like they linger. They come back and they just don't go away. I've had issues with my knee. Yeah, geez. I started having issues with my knee after I used to ride bikes, like, and motocross on dirt. And I messed up my knee just doing that from just, constant strain on the knee growing up. And all of a sudden in my late 20s, it was like, your knees are shot. There you go. Done. Yep. Just one day. It's just, oh yeah, they don't work anymore. Yep. I saw someone about him and they were like, yeah, it's from whatever you were doing when you were 16. I'm like, what? Yeah, you're never the same after them. Yeah, I had an Achilles debridement when they oh no, oh god. Yep, nope. That Achilles heel, your Achilles to do foot surgery 2 years and it still aches. My brother tore his Achilles twice playing football, I actually get like sympathy pain from that. It makes me cringe. Anything to do with the Achilles heel. Yeah, I watched my brother go through that. Luckily, he played football. He was a lineman. He played football a lot longer than I did. I only made it 2 years before they realized I was not going to be able to. I was not going to be able to pursue a career in sports. But my brother, unfortunately, had the body type for it. Yeah, he messed up his Achilles quite a few times. My knee sounded like a squeaky door when I used to drive stick. Okay, that's true. So, I started having really bad knee problems because all my cars were stick. They were manual transmissions and driving in stop and go traffic. Driving in traffic to and from like Beverly Hills into the valley in LA traffic on a manual transmission, like stop and go. And my knee, I literally couldn't walk some days because of that. So yeah, every time you like press down the clutch, you just hear it like groan. you just, oh God. And then I'm like hobbling into my apartment after. Yeah. Yeah, it's the worst. hilarious and sad. You're more of a football person, Wildlight. That's true. That is true. I never played soccer or football, like proper football. I never played that. Um, Outside of just fun with friends. Nope. It was always like full padded contact sports, and like motocross was what my dad was like, that's what you're gonna do, son. Uh, Motocross I could have handled if, I pursued it, but um, those careers only last till you're like late 20s. Yeah, stop and go with a stick is the worst. It wrecks your body, like really wrecks your body. Future me is going to hate my choices one day. Oh well, problem for future me. Yeah, exactly. Well, you good luck handling that, future me, and then you just like, I hate you so much. I would get out of my car like, yes, that is the expression, just tears, agonizing pain. Yeah. Better than giving you a gun and saying you might need it for the end of the world. There was a little bit of that. There was a little bit of that, Oizel. There was a little bit of the. My father lives on a mountain, like by himself. Just if you want to know what my dad was like. So my dad did take me out shooting, and didn't necessarily say it was the end of the world, but like, hey man, you might have to, you might have to do that. And I was like, I'm a child and this is terrifying. But anyway. Oh boy. Yeah. So good on Pops. I like that, Oizel. I let future me deal with things. We all do that. We all do. Are you a creative journaler or boohoo person? Oh. Oh, yes, I remember now. I tried to be at one point. Creative journaler. I mean, I write in a journal every day, but I don't know creative journal. There's YouTube content, Joshua Corin. And she has a future me problems page. That sounds hilarious. That sounds fantastic. I love it. I might have to look at that. Future problems for future me. All right, everybody. I think it is time for us to get back onto at least one more. I think we're going to do one more sprint tonight. I think I got one more in me. Yeah, I think one more in me for the night. It is hot, and I already feel like I need to take a shower. But one more, and yeah. Let's see. I think I'm going to head out. Getting pretty sleepy. Thanks for letting me hang. Of course, Exit Mark. Thanks so much for having you coming on in and hanging out. It was a blast having you. Go get some rest. Rest up. Self-care is important. And yeah, we'll see you around. I should put that on my whiteboard. Yes. Yeah. I'm going to have to look that person up. That's great. Future problems. Yeah, have a great night, Exit Mark. All right, everybody. I think it is time to get to work. At least try to finish. If I can at least finish this second act stuff and move into the third act, I'll be happy. All right. All right, everybody. Happy writing, and we'll see you on the other side. And away we go.
Oh. Alrighty, everybody. There we go. That is writing sprint number 5 down. Oh boy. Hopefully it was good for everyone out there. That actually worked out perfectly. I got everything set up in the first 2 acts, and the 3rd and 4th act, I think, will come together tomorrow. So hopefully that'll work out. All right. Oh, and Oizel, this dark western soundscape stuff is fantastic. So thank you for throwing that my way. Yeah, it's always a struggle starting off with, but it gets better. I am Project Atlas. Hello, welcome in. Give me a name for a frozen undead monster. Oh, that's okay. A frozen undead monster outside of something from Game of Thrones. I don't know. That's you're throwing that out on me. Blue eyes, a blue tongue. I don't know. Blue something. I need a frozen zombie. Blue something, because isn't that the whole thing with like Frozen? Everything looks blue. But yeah, Oizel, it's 2 volumes and it is fantastic. All right, let's see here. Yeah, it was like a name or a species name. Yeah, like is it like a nickname, like a or like the broad name of a creature, like a zombie? Ugh. All right. Well, hopefully that was a good sprint for everybody. But I think that's probably going to do it for tonight for me. But, of course, I will be back on around the same time. I always kill you? What happened? What did I do? What? Twilight, you always kill me. Oh. Oh, yeah. Okay, now I get it. Yep. That is, yes. Yes, the phrasing could be different. You are not wrong. I might have to adjust it now. Now that you've brought it to my attention, I might have to adjust, hope that sprint was good for you, or something like that. Oh, shit. That is, Yep. Why, yes, sir, it was, thank you. Yeah, why, yes, sir. I hope that was as good for you as it was for, yeah. It's, yes, I may rephrase in the future. We'll have to commit that to memory. But let's see here. I just want something I can quickly convey what it is, and it's unique. Yeah, I mean, I would probably just come up with, like, something that would be like a Western, like a very quick sort of a nickname for a thing. Like, so color, shape, and, the Blue Death or something like that. Or, something like that just to throw as an aside and have it be in world. It's like, what would a rancher call a frozen zombie? It'd probably be kind of funny, maybe a little foreboding. Yeah, something like that, I think. All right, everybody. All right, well, now that Blue Bone. Oh, shit, that's really good, Oizel. Blue Bones is fantastic. There you go. Yeah, that's great. Ye old blue bones down yonder, devouring brains and such. So, and then they spit up some chew. Just, all right, better watch it. Don't go down that road. Them all blue bones down that road. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm ready to hit the hay. It's tomorrow here. Yeah, it was like, it's late. It is late for all you folk. It's early for me.
and still feels late. All right. Let me go on my thing and see who we can go. Go to sleep, Moon Runes. Sleep. Yes, thank you so much for being here. Go get some well-deserved rest, Moon Runes, and we will see you later. But have a wonderful, lovely night. All right, let me see who we can raid. Because I am going to call it as well. I'm going to work on some things and then catch up on some reading tonight. So, hasta mañana. Hearts, hearts. Right. Writers. I've noticed that Twitch gets really mad at me when I try to search. When I try to search for it. All right, who we got? Buenos noches. Yes. Night, night, night. All right. What do we got here? All right. We've got someone named Ceolia. And we've got another co-work one. Clarissa writes. Looks like they're doing Pomodoro. All right. We'll just dip in there. All right. Clarissa writes. Alrighty, everybody. Let's go ahead and pop in there. All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for writing alongside with me. And as always, it is a blast to have you here. Love you all. Take care of yourself. Get some rest. And yeah, we will see you all. I'll be back tomorrow, and we will see you all later. Have a great night, everybody. Take care of yourself. Be kind to yourself. We'll see you next time.